in the Eastern Conference. 6-seeded Pacers versus the 2-seeded Knicks. Who do we got? Starts Monday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time on TNT.
I'll go first. I think what I've seen from the Knicks this year against against the 76ers, who actually had the 76ers winning, and the Knicks actually surprised me. I'm gonna go with the Knicks in 5 with this one. I think the Knicks have great D, they have great offense, and
Omari.
and Jalen Brunson has been proven to be an insane level basketball player. He's gonna be the best player on the floor, and yeah, I mean the rotations they got right now for New York, I think they're gonna win.
That's Van Omar's AO meter turned right on.
What did I say? Well, I didn't say anything wrong.
I also have Knicks winning the series. I think they'll win in 6 games, not possibly 5. I think the Pacers not playing defense is going to be horrible for them this series, especially with Tibbs playing his guys 40 minutes a game, and then how Brunson's been on a burner too. So DiVincenzo's good.
Different.
Yeah, and then the Knicks actually play defense and they're a physical team. Plus the MSG home court advantage is going to be huge for them too. Indiana, who shows up there? So straight up.
Yeah,
so I got
More
Knicks at 6.
Knicks fans are going over there. I guarantee
right?
it.
Yeah.
But their tickets being $10. You know how much it is to get into MSG? It's like $400.
It's definitely gonna be a Knicks crowd in the fucking
Anywhere they go.
Knicks
Besides
fans are going
Boston.
insane on Twitter right now and TikTok.
Yeah.
You gotta love it.
You can go first.
Okay. You got an opinion yet?
No, I do.
Go ahead.
I have an opinion.
I'm still looking at some stats.
I got Knicks in 6 as well.
Yes,
I think
sir.
the Pacers they're.
You guys all got Knicks in 6?
I said
Yeah.
Knicks in 5.
I said Knicks in 5. The Pacers are a decent team, so I feel like, I think they're good enough definitely to get 2 games. Like, at the end of the day, the Knicks are still predicated off Brunson like shitting on people. You know what I mean? Like he's granted, like it's amazing that he's playing this way, but he's playing like out of his mind at the end of the day. You know what I mean? Like if he continues to play out of his mind, like good for him.
You can't tell me he's not a top 10 player this year, though, so that's why.
Right now,
Isaac Cool and Jimmy did it last year.
I agree right now. He's
not
going
Jimmy.
crazy.
Double
But I'm like,
standards.
if he does it, cool. But the likelihood of him averaging 35 for the rest of the playoffs is like...
We'll see, yeah.
You know what I mean? Or at least not averaging 35. Like, he still can if they win these series. But, like, he's not going to have it every single
The
game.
minutes are going to hurt him, too. You're going to start feeling it.
You got to start wearing down at some point. But, like... I think that he's not going to have these insane performances every single game. So I think that the Pacers can get 2. You know what I mean? He can still average 30. Like this one went 6, and he averaged 35. And he had 3 bad games in the beginning. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's just like that can happen. And I think that it will happen in the same way for the Pacers. But I don't think it'll be the same like he was bad and he was good. But I don't think he's going to be amazing every single game.
Yeah. I agree.
I think this is a tough series to pick because I think these teams match up really well. I think I'm going to agree with y'all and go Knicks in 6, but something important to watch, in my opinion, is going to be the bench production for each team because I think the Pacers have a really good bench. They have a lot of guys that can come in and produce. Obi Toppin had a really good series against the Pacers, actually. TJ McConnell, we know what he gives you.
I think they have the best bench in the NBA statistically.
Right.
Yeah, they did. They have the best bench.
So, yeah, they have a lot of good players that can come in, and I feel like the Knicks, I kind of trust Miles McBride, but outside of that, Bogdanovich, didn't he just
Streaky.
get hurt?
Oh, yeah, I think he did.
Yeah, so he's not even going to be available. So it's just going to be tough for them to get consistency, and like you guys mentioned, the minutes might start catching up to them. So while I do think the Knicks are a better team and they have the scheme, I think, to win, I think you just got to put pressure on Tyrese and the other guys. I think they have defensive players capable. I'm just going to have to watch the depth of the team because if they start to get gassed, I think the Pacers' fast style of offense, they run up and down the court a lot. So that might tire them out. So I think that's going to be interesting to watch. But I do think the Knicks have the personnel to keep up with that. It's just a matter of how fast the Pacers are going to play. And if they could play a little defense, that'll also go a long way for them. But I think ultimately Tom Thibodeau will got a bunch of dogs on his side, and it'll be enough. So I think they'll pull it out in 6.
This dude Josh Hart's been playing 40 minutes for the past like 2
Do you see
to
him
3 months.
complaining? He's not complaining.
Yeah.
And he never
It's
will
crazy
too.
He's still diving for every rating.
Exactly.
He will.
He's insane.
The dog.
Dude, that team has Josh Hart, OG Anunoby, DiVincenzo. All these guys are dogs on defense. All 3 of them.
Even the coach is a dog. So.
McBride's a dog too.
Exactly. I didn't mention Bride. Then you got the 2 big men who are like big boys.
Yeah.
Big, nice OG like big men.
Buying in is like such an underrated
you got to get the
power.
right,
You know what I mean? Like
players.
when people buy in that hard, like you could overcome talent gaps.
Especially,
as per se. Like I think that was like when it comes to the Lakers ship, that's like the one thing that I think is a huge difference. Besides like personnel wise, is that like everybody you could tell like they were fucking hype to
you
be
still
there.
see
You know what I mean? Like they
tweet about like all that group of special. We'd hang out all the time together.
You could tell that they loved like like especially towards the end of the year, like they loved the way they were playing and they were happy to like buy in on. And they were an amazing defensive team. Yeah, I feel like at the end of the day, like the Knicks play so much better defense that. Like I've said it a few pods ago. I think like the fast-paced teams get exposed more in the playoffs.
That is because the game slows down.
Because the game slows down, and you can't like if this is your best asset, you know what I mean? Like
it's gonna get exposed.
It's gonna get you're automatically starting. Yeah, you're starting at a disadvantage already.
Right.
So I think that the Knicks are gonna like eventually pull.
Yeah,
who'd you choose?
The like I said, Knicks in 6, but that's a good point though. The defense is way more important in the playoffs because the game just slows down and you can't always run fast breaks every possession. So you have to have a good half court offense, and defense kind of is a good counteract to that.
Knicks have a really good half court offense in my opinion. With Brunson leading it, I think they have a really good half court offense.
I mean, yeah, he's just so crafty.
He's so crafty.
No,
like but like what he does in like the half court setting, like off a pick and roll where you can shoot the mid range, take a step back, pass,
post too, post up.
So good, dude. You could drive to floaty. Oh my
god. Sometimes they have Dante set a screen so he can pop. Sometimes Hartenstein sets a screen, he rolls, and when he gets in that middle of the floor at the free throw line, he's smart with it. So. A lot of bigs, like, that's a big issue. That I actually saw someone talk about it today. I don't remember on what show, but they were talking about how that is a big part of the game of not just being able to roll, but roll and make the right decision as a big. Because a lot of bigs, like, they'll get caught, they'll take a charge, or they'll just, like, miss a hard a shot. But, like, being able to read whether it's pass, extra dribble, go up, pump fake, like, that stuff's important. I think Hartenstein does a good job of doing that specifically. So that's going to be big for them as well.
Takes chemistry to get that down.
Right, that too. So it's going to be a good series to watch, though. I think it's going to be close.